Hey, all soul tribe, welcome in, beautiful souls. Today we are diving into the weekly energy between the 1st and the 7th of June. So beautiful souls, go ahead and jump straight to your timestamps. Thank you for liking the video and leaving comments. I really truly appreciate your support here on the channel. Pisces, Aries cusp. My beautiful cuspers. This week for us, June actually feels quite powerful. Spirit is showing me leadership energy, major emotional shifts, and destiny opening new doors, but only after we finally release something we've outgrown. Like with Mercury entering Cancer, Gemini season that's speeding up communication, some emotional truths that could be surfacing fast. I feel like this week feels like stepping into a completely new version of yourselves. Right, the first card, the week as the whole. We have the King of Wands. Look at this colors here, this sacral energy, all this fire energy here. This is like main character energy. The Pisces Aries cusp this week, I feel like Spirit is asking you to step up. Confidence, leadership, vision, action, passion. You know, it's about like taking control of your life again, becoming more visible, trusting your instincts, making bold decisions, finally believing, maybe leaving somebody perhaps, and finally believing in yourself again. Some of you may feel motivated creatively or spiritually this week, like either creatively or spiritually. It's something about also what I'm hearing is the energy of some of you are feeling you're done playing small, you know what you want now, and you're ready to move differently. And the astrology is supporting this because Gemini season really does activate the movement, the communication, while Mercury is moving into Cancer, which makes this emotional truth really impossible to ignore. So I feel like this week is where your energy becomes magnetic when you really stop doubting yourself. And looking here, something unexpected will arise, the Ten of Cups. Yeah, beautiful souls. This feels like emotional in the best way, all right? The unexpected emotional blessings that may appear this week, all right? This could be family healing. It could be the emotional reconciliation, happiness returning, a deeper love. It could be soul line connections. It just could be you that's feeling emotionally supported again, or moments of genuine peace. So what Spirit is showing here is the emotional fulfillment that is arriving after some sort of unexpectedly, after a difficult period. So something is arriving unexpectedly after a difficult period. Some of you, this could be a heartfelt conversation. It could be family matters that are improving. It could be reconnecting emotionally with someone, or just realizing what truly matters. And honestly, many of you may just suddenly realize that maybe peace, the peace that you've been actually searching for all along, was within you first. Here is how to stay grounded and balanced, the King of Pentacles. And this is about like the energy or what Spirit is bringing forth is slow down and stay practical. Like the King of Pentacles is reminding you not to get so emotionally swept away by everything happening around you this week, whether this is routines, finances, nature, your body, stability, healthy boundaries, practical planning. This could also be like connected to protecting your energy around people who drain you emotionally. Something about decisions involving work, money, home, long-term stability. I'm hearing something about consistency matters more than the temporary excitement, all right? Keeping that consistency. Also, an earth sign could be significant, even a fire sign, although you are a Pisces Aries cusp. So that could be you embodying that energy, but somebody could, with those energies, it could be strongly around you. This looks like a family of 3 here, and this could also be somebody else that embodies also the earth energy. It doesn't have to be, it could be you that Spirit is asking you to take on the energy for the week. Here we do have death as well, regarding the important emotions you will feel. transformation energy. Something emotionally is ending. Not necessarily physically, I feel more energetically. So something about, you might have emotional releases this week, letting go of something, maybe identity shifts, grieving old versions of yourself, or realizing that you've outgrown really certain people, situations, and this is what's really powerful. This really feels powerful, and not in a negative way. It's like that transformation has already been happening already, that some of you are shedding that fear, the old attachment, the toxic cycles, the emotional baggage, the outdated beliefs about yourself. Hearing what Spirit is saying, stop fearing the ending when it's just making space for a rebirth. Something that is going to inspire you this week is we have the Wheel of Fortune here. It feels like that destiny, divinely timed kind of energy, the unexpected movements, karmic shifts, destiny interventions, timing changing suddenly. Something this week may just inspire you because it reminds you life can change fast. Things can happen in a blink of an eye. So I'm hearing, though, for you, blessings are coming in. It could be certain opportunities. Something about a chance encounter, maybe it could be a clarity, sudden clarity, unexpected blessings. It could be routine, divine rerouting. This energy feels really connected also to trusting the universe again, just trusting in life again, trusting in that things will work out to the best for you, all right? Some of you may also feel that maybe things are working out behind the scenes. Things are actually moving behind the scenes. Things are working out. And your spirit team will speak to you with the Ace of Pentacles. It's like your guides are going to be speaking to you through the opportunities, showing you that life is possible. All right. So pay attention to the new beginnings, financial opportunities, signs connected to abundance, practical offers, career openings, physical manifestations. I'm hearing some of you will be repeating ones. I meant to say repeating confirmations. So perhaps repeating ones or repeating aces could be significant for some of you. I do feel this grounded manifestation energy. Spirit may just send you signs, I'm hearing, through nature. Coins could also be significant. Some of you might just find coins. Maybe you'll find synchronicities or signs in home matters, opportunities that are arriving suddenly, conversations about the future. Nature is also quite important. What Spirit is also saying here is that your guides are helping you to build something real right now, not fantasy, not illusion, something solid. Again, I'm getting it might be connected to an earth sign. How best to support yourself through this week? We have the Eight of Pentacles, staying focused, staying disciplined, staying dedicated. Keep showing up for yourself constantly this week. This week will reward the efforts, not the perfection, but the effort, all right? The effort that you're taking. Keep learning, keep healing, keep building, keep creating, keep improving your craft. Just trust the process, I'm hearing. Some of you are entering a powerful self-development phase right now. And what Spirit was saying, that your future is being shaped by the small choices that you make daily. So wow, my beautiful Pisces, Aries, Cuspers, this week for us, it feels like we are stepping into our personal power after some sort of emotional transformation. I'm hearing that the Pisces, Aries, Cusp collective that are resonating with this is not the same version of themselves that when they entered May. Something inside of you has changed. And what now Spirit is asking, what are you going to do about that growth? Because King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, fire energy, all right, together says this is not a passive week. It's a turning point week. It's like the universe is responding to your energy faster than before. So I'm hearing choose intentionally, speak intentionally, move intentionally, because I'm hearing June will just be opening the doors that May has been preparing you for. So beautiful souls, if this resonated or helped you in some sort of way, do like the video. Thank you for leaving a comment. Perhaps if you feel called to share with us What part of yourself are you leaving behind as you step into June? And I'm hearing that this month is, the energy is about to really move fast. And I'm hearing your cusp readings are only going to get a little bit deeper from here. So beautiful souls, I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around again. Aries, Taurus, Cusp. I feel like the first week of June is testing your patience, but Spirit says something is shifting behind the scenes faster than you realize. From the 1st to the 7th, the astrology feels like it's emotionally intense, but mentally awakening. With Mercury that's entering Cancer, emotions do become louder, intuition gets stronger, and conversations may just hit harder or deeper than expected. Meanwhile, Gemini season is still activating your thoughts, choices, communication, and planning future. Now, let's dive into the first card that we do have here is the Seven of Pentacles, which is a week of the whole, the week as a whole, the Seven of Pentacles. And what I feel like is this week is you're waiting for some sort of results. A lot of you have been putting energy into something for some time now. Work, it could be healing, it could be finances, it could be love, it could be your spiritual path. But what I'm hearing from Spirit is that this is, what I'm hearing is, and Spirit is showing the energy, this is the energy of that, is this finally going somewhere? So what I'm actually feeling here is the evaluation, that's the right word, evaluation, patience. Some of you may feel emotionally tired because things are not moving as quickly as you hoped, but Spirit is saying growth is happening even if you can't fully see it yet. And this really feels connected to that Taurus energy that's still lingering in the collective, that you may be being asked not to quit right before the progress arrives, all right? Thank you for hitting the like button, beautiful souls. I really appreciate it. And those of you that do leave comments. Right, something unexpected will arrive. Six of Swords. Something begins shifting mentally and emotionally. It looks like something about finally distancing yourself from drama, emotionally detaching from someone. It could be travel, it could be movement. Maybe something about leaving behind some sort of exhausting situation, or maybe it could be suddenly wanting peace more than any sort of conflict. Some of you, this feels like a conversation or a realization that changes your perspective completely. Yeah, Mercury that is entering Cancer from the 1st of June is bringing that emotional clarity through the reflection, dreams, and or maybe it's going to be even some sort of silence. Maybe you'll get some clarity through silence, or it could be dreams. What Spirit is saying here is that you're not meant to carry certain energies into the next chapter. So how can you stay grounded and balanced? And interesting, we have the 5 of Wands. So Spirit is warning you against unnecessary conflict this week. There might be tension and communication. There may be competitive energy. There could be misunderstandings, emotional reactions, or clashing opinions. And honestly, some people around you may even be projecting their stress onto you. But the best thing that you can do is stop feeding the chaos that drains your spirit. Not every battle deserves your energy. This card is also feeling like some sort of internal conflict for some of you. Maybe your mind is wanting one thing while your intuition says another thing. I'm hearing ground yourself before reacting. So 7, 6, 5. Those numbers could be significant. It could be life path numbers. It could be synchronicities that you could be seeing as well. Here we have the Knight of Cups regarding the important emotions that you might just feel this week. So underneath everything, there is some sort of softness here. Maybe you might feel romantic. You might feel emotionally open, nostalgic, deeply intuitive, or more sensitive than usual. Maybe some of you might just receive some sort of emotional communication this week. Maybe it could be an apology. It could be a confession. It could be a message. It could be an invitation. For others, I'm hearing this is your own heart opening again after some sort of difficult period. And I'm hearing don't confuse the emotional intensity with the emotional consistency. I'm hearing pay attention to actions and not the feelings. Now, something that's going to inspire you this week. Interesting that we have the 8 of Swords here. interesting. I just saw, so we got 5, 6, 7, 8. Could mean something to someone. Any of these numbers could mean something to someone. Okay, so something that will inspire you. This actually feels powerful because your inspiration is going to come through realizing where maybe you've been limiting yourself. Something is going to click this week. It could be maybe you're going to start recognize something about a fear pattern. Maybe it could be self-doubt, overthinking, the emotional cages, the limiting beliefs, something that you once see, like something about, yeah, and I'm hearing here, once you see the cage, all right, you're going to begin leaving it. So this feels like mental awakening energy happening for you. Some of you are finally realizing that you're actually more powerful than the fear that has actually been controlling you. How is your spirit guides speaking to you this week? Interesting, we have the Magician here. Okay, so manifestation energy is very strong. So your guides will be speaking to you through synchronicities, repeating numbers. The Magician is also number 1. Ones could be significant for some of you. Maybe it's something about songs. Maybe there's going to be messages for you in songs or repeated songs. It could be dreams. Maybe it's conversations. It could be sudden ideas. Maybe it's going to be people that's mirroring your thoughts. Magician also could be saying that watch what you say this week. Watch what you say this week. I'm hearing that your words are carrying a lot of power right now. This is also like Spirit reminding you that you have all the tools that you need and that you are not stuck as you think. All right. How can you best support yourself this week? My Aries, Taurus, Cuspers is the Queen of Cups. So that Cancer energy we're having this week here, that's coming through here. Spirit wants emotional care from you, emotional protection, and emotional honesty. So what I'm hearing is this week is not about forcing anything. It's about listening. Support yourself through rest, if rest is needed, your intuition, your boundaries. I'm hearing something about water healing, journaling for some of you, creativity, protecting your peace. Maybe you've been guided for maybe a nice salt water bath with some nice essential oils and salts in, if you feel called for it. Most importantly, though, I'm hearing stop abandoning your own emotions just to make other people comfortable. You know, the Queen of Cups energy, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter, is that sensitivity is not weakness. It is spiritual intelligence. So, well, my Aries, Taurus, Cuspers, I feel like this week is teaching you the difference between reacting emotionally and responding consciously. Some of you are outgrowing environments. Some of you are outgrowing people. Some of you are finally outgrowing old versions of yourself. And that is why this week feels uncomfortable, because you are moving forward. Spirit says you are moving forward, even if it feels a little bit slow. Things doesn't happen overnight. And the Seven of Pentacles and the Magician is standing out. Powerful progression energy is happening. First you wait. Right? Then you realize your power. Then everything begins to shift, right? Trusting in the process. So yeah, very, very interesting how the cards are coming out here. I'm hearing trust the process this week, beautiful souls. Perhaps you feel called to comment. What are you finally ready to leave behind emotionally? And beautiful souls, if this resonated, thank you for sharing with me in the comments, liking the videos, perhaps dropping that blue heart emoji or the wolf emoji in the comments. And I'll check you around in the next one. Taurus, Gemini, Cuspers, I feel like this week feels like an ending of one chapter and the first glimpse of the next one opening. From the 1st to the 7th of June, wow, the energy around you feels deeply transformational, like there's a deeply transitional energy, with the Gemini season still activating thoughts, communication, choices, direction. Well, hey, Mercury moves through into the emotional Cancer energy this week that may make you feel like your mind and your heart are trying to catch up with each other. And Spirit's like saying here, something is completing, something is shifting, and you're not meant to carry all of this weight forward. I mean, the first card out here, we do have the first card out, we have the World. Huge completion energy. The week as a whole is a completion. This week feels maybe a little bit karmic. Something may finally come full circle, a cycle, a relationship, a lesson, a mindset, a chapter of your life. For some of you, this is some sort of emotional closure. For others, this is success after a long struggle. What Spirit is saying is that you are evolving into a new version of yourself. And honestly, some of you may feel maybe a little bit emotional without the fully understanding why, all right? And that is because your soul recognizes a shift before your mind does, right? Your mind is not, it still needs to catch up a bit. And this card may also bring a bit of travel this week, online opportunities, recognition, expansion, stepping into a bigger purpose. I'm hearing you are not where you were a few months ago, all right? And spirit and Spirit wants you to acknowledge your growth. Okay, let's have a look here. Something unexpected will arise. 10 of Wands. Unexpectedly, something may start feeling a little bit too heavy to continue. Something about it could be emotional exhaustion. It could be that responsibilities that are piling up and you need to put down some of those ones. And it's like looking at her, she's like, it looks heavy, right? And look at her face. She's like, her head is turned, is like, anybody going to help me out here? So it could be work stress, it could be family pressure, it could be burnout, carrying other people emotionally, whatever this is for you. Some of you might just suddenly realize that you cannot keep doing something alone, all right? But 10 is a completion, all right? The world, all right? This energy is also connected to overextending yourself for too long, right? Or I basically did say that already. But Spirit is also saying that just because you can carry it doesn't mean that you're supposed to. So there's a strong message here about that delegating something to somebody else, or like, you know, delegation energy. It could be also boundaries, and then also releasing maybe burdens that were just never yours to begin with. But things are going to move forward here, because it's saying how to stay grounded this week is basically you regaining control of your direction, the direction that you want to go. So this week may feel maybe emotionally chaotic at moments, but Spirit is asking you not to lose focus. This is also a card associated with Cancer, all right? So staying disciplined, routine, movement, staying focused on your goals, the emotional self-control. Just keep going, all right? Even if it's slow and steady, all right? Keep focused. Some of you may need to maybe stop allowing outside distractions to pull you off your path. But this card does feel like that a determination that is returning after maybe some sort of period of confusion. I'm hearing that you are stronger than the temporary overwhelm that you may feel at some stages. The important feelings, emotions that you'll feel this week, well, interesting, the High Priestess, right? So it's like your intuition that is loud this week, whatever that means for you. Each and one of you, your intuition is different how it plays out, all right? So it could be that spiritual sensitivity. It could be the emotionally withdrawn, observant, deeply intuitive. Like I said, it could be different for each and every one of you. Connected to dreams and signs. Some of you will know something before it's confirmed. And honestly, what Spirit is saying here, that some sort of hidden truths around you, okay? Also, not everything is revealed yet. So Spirit is saying, trust what your energy feels before trusting the appearance. Like this week is less about the logic answers and more about the energetic awareness, all right? Paying attention to the dreams, the repeating numbers, the gut feelings, the silence, the synchronicities, the sudden emotional shifts around other people, all right? Or around the people around you. I'm hearing that your spirit guides are speaking heavily through intuition right now. Something that will inspire you this week is a Knight of Cups. It could be a Pisces, all right, that might just inspire you. It could be a Cancer. It could be a Scorpio. Something emotionally meaningful, yeah, could inspire you. And so this could be a romantic gesture. It could be you that gets a creative inspiration through a water sign, or maybe perhaps you have strong water placements, or it's just the energy because of all the Cancer this week, that Cancer transit in Mercury. Music could be it. It could be that spiritual messages. It could be the emotional healing. It could be someone just expressing their feelings. Or maybe it's just you that will be reconnecting with your heart again. For some of you, someone may unexpectedly reach out. For others, this is you reconnecting with your own emotional truth after suppressing them for so long. So I feel like here with the Knight of Cups, softness after emotional heaviness. This is like Spirit saying your heart is trying to guide you somewhere your mind just cannot fully understand. Now, how will your spirit guides speak to you this week? Well, it's guiding you away from something. Guiding you away from something, okay? So this may happen through clarity, emotional detachment, feeling drained around certain people. It could be cancelled plans. It could be delays that are redirecting you, or maybe it's your inner knowing to move differently. All right? This is that spiritual transition energy. Peace is the destination, what Spirit is saying. So if something feels constantly chaotic or confusing or emotionally exhausting, this is your guides saying that they are trying to show you that it's time to move forward, all right? Some of you, this may literally involve travel or physical movements. Right, how to best support yourself this week. We've got two cards here. We have the Queen of Roses and we have the Knight of Wands. A really powerful combination, because the reason the Queen of Roses is that nurturing, a grounded, a loving, magnetic energy, while the Knight of Wands is that passionate, bold, fearless, driven. So Spirit is saying duality, balancing the softness and the confidence, the intuition and the action, the self-love and the ambition, all right? Supporting yourself by reconnecting with your passion, dressing up, creating, moving your body, taking action towards your desires, protecting your emotional energy, remembering your worth. And honestly, I feel like some of you have maybe been dimming yourself slightly emotionally because maybe you've been exhausted, but Spirit wants your fire back. And I'm hearing that your fire is coming back on after this Sagittarius full blue moon. So beautiful souls, my Taurus, Gemini, Cups, I feel like this week, it's like your soul is recognizing it cannot stay in the same cycle anymore. The world and the Six of Swords here, all right? It's like a massive transition energy, all right? The 10 as well is the confirmation of this completion to this new beginning. I'm hearing something about a vehicle as well for some of you, all right? Some of you are closing one energetic chapter while quietly preparing for another. And yes, some endings may feel emotional, but some realizations may also feel heavy. I don't know why I said but. Spirit is saying not endings are losses. So if an ending happens on something, or in your mind, or internal or external, they're saying not all endings are losses, right? Some are just liberations. Your intuition is going to be your compass this week. I'm hearing trust it. What Spirit is saying, they want you to think about what chapter of your life are you finally ready to close. And if you feel called to share with us in the comments, do go ahead. It might just help somebody else out. And hey, thank you for liking the video, subscribing, leaving comments, booking those readings, leaving donations to the channel, or any support to the channel is highly appreciated. I'm sending you so much love for the week ahead, and I'll check you around in the next one. Gemini, Cancer, Cusp, this week feels like the beginning of something important, but Spirit says don't let fear or exhaustion make you give up too soon. Because from the 1st to the 7th, the energy around you feels deeply connected to growth, direction, and rebuilding confidence. With Mercury entering Cancer, emotions are becoming more personal and intuitive, while Gemini seasons keeping your mind active, restless, and future-focused. And honestly, this week feels like Spirit is quietly preparing you for a new chapter. First card for the week as a whole, Page of Pentacles. So this week feels like a fresh opportunity that is trying to enter your life. The Page of Pentacles is that a new beginning, learning something new, valuable, or financial focused, career opportunities, spiritual growth, planting seeds for the future. Some of you may just receive a news, an offer, an idea, a message, or an inspiration that is connected to long-term stability. But what Spirit is also showing here, this is early energy, meaning don't judge the future based on the current stage. Something small now could become something major later. This card also feels connected to self-worth, that believing you deserve new opportunities instead of talking yourself out of them. Now, having a look at your second card here, something unexpected will arise. 3 of Wands, unexpectedly your perspective begins expanding, I'm hearing. This could show up through travel plans, communication from afar, online opportunities, future planning, awaiting results, or realizing, hey, there's more available to you. For some of you, this feels like finally seeing a path forward after feeling emotionally stuck. And what Spirit's also saying here is don't stop thinking your current situation is your final destination. The 3 of Wands is that expansion energy. This is like your world is getting bigger, your vision is changing, and honestly, some of you are being spiritually prepared for something that you just cannot fully see yet. How to stay grounded and balanced this week? Well, we do have the 9 of Wands. Spirit is saying protect your energy this week. You may maybe feel emotionally or mentally drained from everything you've currently been going through lately or carrying lately. The 9 of Wands is that exhaustion, the emotional walls, the burnout, the hypervigilance, feeling like you always have to stay guarded. Some of you are healing from disappointment while still trying to stay strong. But Spirit is saying, Spirit says, like, being tired does not mean you're failing, right? Rest without guilt, I'm hearing. Pause without quitting. So I'm feeling like this card also feels like maybe needing stronger energetic boundaries around certain people or situations that could possibly be draining your situation. Now, the important emotions that you might feel this week, 9 of Pentacles. So despite everything, there's this growing feeling of independence that is returning, like more confidence, emotionally self-aware, proud of your growth, maybe proud of your financial growth, protective over your peace. It could be focused, you could be really focused on your own stability right now. I see we do have the double 9s in your reading. 9 could be a very strong energy for this collective. You can let me know in the comments if 9 resonates with you, or the double 9 energy, or the 9 energy. I feel like some of you are realizing like your own energy, you actually like your own energy more than the chaos perhaps you used to entertain. So like this card feels like that emotional maturity. What Spirit is saying is that you are learning not to abandon yourself anymore. And honestly, this is what changes everything. So something that is going to inspire you this week. So this card wants to come out reversed and upright, all right? This is really powerful because many of you, your clarity comes through finally facing something that maybe you've been avoiding, all right? The 2 of Swords. This is what's going to inspire you. Some of you, the card is upright for some of you. This is going to be indecision, emotional confusion, avoiding a choice. For others, with the reversal, is truth finally breaks through, clarity arrives, emotional denial ends. So perhaps it starts off in the week with the 2 of Swords upright, but it becomes reversed, all right? Or it could be reversed and then upright, or either way, depending on your situations. This week may inspire you to stop sitting in that limbo energy. That's what I'm hearing. Some of you will be inspired to stop sitting in that limbo energy, avoiding some sort of decision is a decision, all right? Something inside of you already knows what needs to happen next. How is your spirit guides speaking to you? Well, interesting enough, Spirit gave us 2 cards, which is fire and earth energy, or fire and Taurus energy. So perhaps it's somebody that's got strong fire placement and Taurus placements, something to that along a line. It could be a person. It could be you, that's your own spirit guide, right? This is powerful. This is like some sort of powerful spiritual guide energy where your guides are speaking through ambition, inner wisdom, solitude, sudden inspiration, leadership energy, spiritual download. So perhaps somebody that is a Taurus with strong fire placements, or a fire placement with strong Taurus placements. King of Wands is also just saying take back your power. The Hermit is also saying, slow down enough to hear your own soul clearly. But together, I feel like what Spirit is preparing you is to step into a stronger version of yourself. So some of you may suddenly feel pulled to study something spiritual, or create something, or to teach, or to lead, to start a new vision, or to reconnect with your purpose. And honestly, what your guides may isolate you slightly this week so that you can hear yourself clearly again. Not for all of you, only some of you I'm hearing, and also I'm hearing that not all distance is punishment. Some distance is also protection and awakening. Interestingly enough, we actually got triple nines on this, on the table here, from the Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Hermit's also a 9. Also, double twos could be significant for some of you as well, with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. It could be maybe your birthday is the 22nd for some of you, or it could just be a synchronicity for some of you. Interesting, Spirit also just said now, 23rd. It could be a significant birthday for someone. How best to support yourself this week? What Spirit is bringing forth is the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So this week is about balance and consistency. Spirit is actually saying, stop trying to do everything perfectly. Two of Pentacles shows that juggling responsibility energy. All right, the infinity symbol as well could be significant for some of you. And the Eight of Pentacles is talking about that focused and that mastery energy. All right. So together, what Spirit is saying, prioritize, organize, focus on what matters, build slowly, stay disciplined, all right? Slow and steady wins the race, right? Some of you are trying to heal, survive, evolve, work, emotionally process everything at once, but Spirit says one step at a time, one step at a time. Small, consistent effort will take you further than the emotional burnout ever will do, all right? So beautiful souls, wow, my Gemini Cancer Cuspers, this week feels like the beginning of rebuilding yourself differently. I'm hearing not through pressure, not through the survival mode, but through your wisdom. The Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands and the Hermit, I feel like it's your soul that is preparing for some sort of expansion. But I'm hearing first, you must stop doubting your potential. Some of you are actually closer to breakthrough energy than you actually realize. And what Spirit is saying is, don't let temporary exhaustion convince you to give up on the long-term vision. You are growing, you are evolving, and your future is quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Perhaps you want to affirm below or let us know below in the comments, what new beginning are you ready to invest your energy into? What new beginning are you ready to invest into? Let me know below in the comments, beautiful souls, if you feel called to. Thank you for liking the video, subscribing, and being part of the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. I'm sending you all so much love and light, and I'll check you around next time. In the next one, Cancer, Leo Cups this week feels like a karmic wake-up call. I feel like a Spirit is saying you are finally breaking chains you've carried for far too long. The 1st to the 7th of June, the energy feels intense emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. With Mercury that is entering Cancer, emotions may just hit a bit harder than usual, while Gemini season brings that truth, conversations, realizations, and mental clarity. And honestly, this week feels like a liberation energy for you, because the moment I see the Devil here reversed as your overall energy, and at the bottom of the deck we have a Judgment. Spirit is immediately saying that you're not meant to stay stuck in the old version of yourself anymore. Judgment is that awakening energy, wake up call kind of energy, right? This week feels deeply karmic for some of you. I'm hearing a spiritual wake up call loud and very clear for you. And for others is perhaps finally seeing situations, people, maybe even yourselves differently. Judgment is bringing truth. It's talking about truth, talking about accountability, endings, a rebirth, spiritual awakenings, life-changing realizations. And what Spirit is saying, that what once had power over you is beginning to lose its grip. And this is like the energy of rising again stronger, wiser, and more aligned. Now, your first card as the week, the energy as a whole for the week is Devil reversed. And this is very wild, right? Because it's breakthrough energy. Devil reversed is the energy of releasing that toxic cycles, breaking the addictions or unhealthy attachments, escaping the emotional traps, reclaiming your power, healing fear patterns, finally saying enough. Some of you are walking away from toxic people, emotional manipulation, limiting beliefs, unhealthy coping patterns, draining situations. And for others, this is going to be internal, where you are finally recognizing the ways fear, anxiety, and self-doubt or overthinking have controlled your decisions. But what Spirit is saying, that freedom begins the moment that you stop feeding what's hurting you, not feeding. Stop feeding the things that are hurting you. And I'm hearing this is not easy energy, but it's very, very powerful. Now, the next card we got out here, something unexpected will arise, and that is justice. Unexpectedly, truth arrives. So this could be something about karmic balance. It could be something to do with legal matters. It could be contracts. It could be important decisions. It could be accountability, someone finally realizing or revealing their true intentions, or perhaps clarity in some sort of confusing situation. This is Libra energy, right? Some of you, this may feel like the universe is connecting something behind the scenes, and something about what's unfair cannot continue that way forever, right? Justice also connected to the boundaries this week. Yeah, some of you are learning to stop over-explaining yourself and start protecting your peace instead. So how can you stay grounded this week? We do have the 10 of Wands, dropping some of the burdens. You cannot do everything alone. This also feels heavily emotional, that some of you are exhausted from the responsibilities, the emotional pressure, the financial worries, carrying everyone else emotionally, trying to hold everything together. And I'm hearing my Cancer, Leo, Cuspers, you often carry pain silently while showing up for everyone else. And what I'm hearing is that you are reaching burnout energy if you don't slow down. So I'm hearing slow down. Rest is not weakness. Asking for help is not weakness. Putting yourself sometimes first is also not selfish. This week is going to require some sort of balance between responsibility and self-preservation. Here we also do have the King of Pentacles reversed, and it's regarding the important emotions you may feel this week, which is deeply connected to some sort of insecurity or instability, feeling maybe emotionally disconnected, worried about finances, or frustrated with the lack of control, drained by responsibilities, disappointed by something or someone that is unreliable. And for some, this card can represent a person with strong earth energy that is behaving selfish, controlling, or emotionally unavailable, inconsistent. But for some of you, this may be feeling also, you could feel this internal, perhaps you have another placement of earth, all right, if it's not somebody else. But I'm also hearing that your worth is not tied to productivity, money, or how much you do for others. I'm feeling like this week may just trigger fears around security or stability. But it's also helping you to refine what reliable energy actually means. Looking at your next card, something that will inspire you this week is the Queen of Swords, which is very powerful. It's truth, boundaries, clarity, wisdom, discernment. Some of you are finally reaching a point where you stop romanticizing situations that actually have hurt you. This week may just inspire you to speak up, cut ties, protect your energy, stop people pleasing, thinking logically instead of emotionally reacting. Clarity will be your superpower this week, I'm hearing. Stepping into the air energy, and the more honest you become with yourself, the lighter the energy will become. How will your guides speak to you this week? Interesting that we have the 7 of Wands here, that they're speaking you through resistance and boundaries. It could even be something to do with your creativity. And it's interesting because Spirit is saying many of you are intentionally placing, Spirit's actually intentionally placing you in situations where maybe you must defend your energy, your beliefs, and your peace or your growth, right? And this is saying basically stop shrinking yourself to avoid the conflict, all right? So maybe your guides are going to speak to you through challenges, opposition, strong gut feelings, needing to say no, all right? Moments where maybe your confidence will be tested. And so this week is teaching you spiritual strength. And honestly, some people may not like the new boundaries or that you're setting. They might not like the boundaries you're setting because they define the old version of you. All right, how to best to support yourself this week. We have the 8 of Swords. your biggest battle this week maybe just be mental. The overthinking, the fear, the anxiety, the worst case scenario thinking, feeling trapped mentally. The Eight of Swords is just remind you that not every thought is truth. So how to support yourself is maybe grounding your nervous system, finding ways, if you don't do nervous grounding work, find ways to ground your nervous system, maybe taking that deep breaths or journaling, resting, avoiding doom spirals, speaking more kindly to yourself, or maybe disconnecting from some sort of draining energy. Some of you are far more actually powerful than the fear that you've been allowing yourself to feel or to believe. And what Spirit is saying here, that they want you to stop imprisoning yourself mentally over situations that is already trying to leave your life. So my Cancer Leos, this week feels like the universe is pushing you towards liberation. The devil reversed with judgment and justice. That is big, all right? That is big karmic clearing energy. Some chains are busy breaking. Some illusions are clearing. Some people are revealing themselves, and some versions of you are finally dying off. And that is why this energy is going to feel very intense, because Spirit is saying here, freedom always feels uncomfortable before it feels peaceful, right? So this week, your reminder is that you do not have to carry all the pain forever just because you survived it, right? So perhaps if you feel called, what toxic cycle are you finally ready to break free from? If you feel called to put that in the comments and share it with your brothers and sisters. Beautiful souls, let me know in the comments how it resonated, if it helped you, brought you some sort of clarity. Thank you for liking the video and being subscribers, and I'll check you around in the next one. Leo, Virgo, Cuspers, this week, Spirit says a decision you've been avoiding may finally reach a turning point. And the moment you stop resisting this transition, everything will just start flowing differently. Yeah, between the 1st and the 7th, the first week of June, the energy feels deeply connected to intuition, emotional healing, and moving away from what no longer aligns with your future. Mercury entering Cancer and Gemini season is really activating communication, thoughts, and perspective. This week may just bring both clarity and emotional insight. And honestly, this doesn't feel like a week that is forcing answers. It feels like a week of receiving. Looking at your first card, the week as a whole, Two of Swords, right? So the week will begin at some sort of crossroads. Two of Swords often appears when there's a decision that needs to be made, a truth that is being avoided, or there's some sort of head and heart disagreement, like your heart and your head disagrees, or you waiting for more information, or perhaps you're trying to keep the peace. For some of you may feel caught between staying where is comfortable or moving towards what is calling you. What Spirit is saying here is that the answer already exists within you, but the challenge isn't always finding the answer. The challenge is just about trusting it. So maybe this week might just bring moments where avoidance is no longer possible. But here we do have the Six of Swords, is that something unexpected will arise, is that something will be moving again. So the emotional healing, or making that decision moving forward, leaving conflict or walking away from stress, distance from maybe a difficult person, or it could be travel plans, or maybe even a mental breakthrough. All right, something maybe about that decision, all right, that mental breakthrough. Some of you, this feels like finally accepting that something has run its course. Or for others, it may feel like life is gently redirecting you to calmer waters. So what Spirit is saying, what leaves your life this week may just create space for something a little bit better. I'm hearing that not every ending is lost. Some will just be like sort of like a rescue, all right? And how to stay grounded and balanced. Interesting, we have the Page of Cups here. I'm hearing something about your inner child needs attention this week. Staying open to possibilities, open your intuition, open to creativity, open to unexpected blessings. Some of you may receive a heartfelt message, maybe an apology. Maybe it'll be a spiritual sign, a dream. Maybe it's a surprising emotional realization. I'm hearing ground yourself through the softness rather than the control. What Spirit is also showing is that showing me that something about trying to force certainty will create more anxiety. Forcing certainty is going to create more anxiety. So I'm hearing allow yourself to wonder, allow yourself to trust. Important emotions that you'll feel this week is the Six of Wands. Beautiful energy. Despite the uncertainty surrounding certain situation, there's a growing sense of confidence returning. Double sixes here in your reading here. Perhaps double sixes could be a significant number. Perhaps even the number 6 could be very significant. I'm hearing number 2 could also be a very significant number, or even number 4. But double sixes are really standing out to me here. So I'm feeling like this week, despite the uncertainty around that, some sort of situations or indecision, there is some sort of growth, growing sense, a growth regarding your confidence. Your confidence is returning. So you might feel this week proud regarding your progress, or maybe recognizing something about your efforts, maybe more self-assured, validated, or appreciated. Some of you may just finally receive acknowledgement that you've been waiting for. For others, this is going to be internal validation, or maybe this is just a realization that you've already overcome more than you give yourself actually credit for. The harmony energy, I'm hearing something about celebrating your growth. And I'm hearing don't wait until you've reached the final destination to actually acknowledge how far you've come. Something that's going to inspire you, moon energy. Interesting, by the time you get this, right, the 31st of May, we had the full moon in Sagittarius. And right here for the new week, we have the moon card. The moon inspires through mystery, intuition, dreams, hidden wisdom. So I feel like with this energy coming through this week, your inspiration is going to come through a dream, maybe synchronicities, moon energy. Perhaps that Sag moon energy will be very significant. Spiritual messages, maybe signs from loved ones, or intuitive nudges. Something hidden also may just slowly be revealing itself this week. But not everything needs to be fully understood right now, I'm hearing. The moon is just asking to trust the process before the answers arrive. And some of you, maybe it's a creative project or a spiritual gift that might just become stronger this week. I'm hearing pay attention to something that is repeatedly, that captures your attention. It could be a song, it could be a number, it could be a word, it could be anything, all right? Maybe it's a tarot card that keeps repeating. How your spirit guides are going to speak to you, interesting this week, is the Ace of Cups. They're going to speak to you through your heart. Okay, so one of the most beautiful spiritual cards of the deck is, right, the Ace of Cups, all right? I mean, look at this beautiful card, the butterflies, the flowers, the water flowing out of that cup, the emotional breakthroughs, unexpected joy, healing moments, a meaningful connection, intuition, compassion, all right? Some of you may even experience a moment where your heart feels maybe lighter. Others may receive confirmation that a new emotional chapter is beginning. What Spirit is saying, where love flows, pay attention. Where your heart feels nourished, pay attention. Where peace appears, pay attention. And I'm hearing that's what they're guiding you this week. How best to support yourself this week is interesting. We have the Four of Pentacles. Interesting message. On one hand, Spirit is saying protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your peace. Not everyone deserves your time. And on the other hand, don't cling so tightly to what feels safe that you block your own blessings from entering, right? So healing boundaries, maybe it's financial responsibilities, maybe it's self-care, grounding practices, protecting your energy, or remaining open to positive changes. Something about a balance between protection and isolation. Spirit wants you to, your spirit wants protection, but I'm hearing not the emotional imprisonment. Beautiful souls. Oh, wow. My Leo Virgo Cusp this week feels like a bridge between uncertainty and peace. The Two of Swords and Two of Swords, Six of Swords, all right? It shows a powerful transition taking place. You may not have every answer yet. You may not see the entire road yet. But what Spirit is saying, trust the direction that you're going, all right? Even if you don't fully know all the answers yet, you don't see fully the full road ahead yet, but it is guiding you towards the trusted direction you're being guided towards, all right? The moon and the Ace of Cups here, it does tell me that your intuition is becoming stronger than your fear. Strong water energy coming through. Obviously, we do have that major transit with Cancer in Mercury and moving towards Cancer season. A lot of Cancer placements happening. Spirit is also saying that, and when you trust your intuition becoming stronger than your fear, that is when everything begins changing. That some of you are moving away from that confusion energy, moving away maybe from old pain, moving away from maybe you're moving towards a brand new beginning with that Six of Swords as well, right? Either way, whatever's happening here is that you're not where you were, where you used to be, all right? And I'm hearing that is worth celebrating. So perhaps maybe you can let us know in the comments, what decision or transition are you finally ready to trust? Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button, being part of the Wolf Soul tribe here, and being subscribers, you know, donating to the channel or booking a personal reading, that one question clarity reading. Details are below in the description box. I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. Virgo, Libra, Cusps. I feel like this week says, what Spirit is saying this week is your heart is opening something new, but I'm hearing first to release the version of yourself that no longer fits where you're going. From the 1st to the 7th, the astrology really is supporting the powerful emotional growth. The Mercury entering Cancer, bringing deeper conversations, the intuitive insights, while Gemini season continues to highlight choices, connections, and alignment. This feels like a week where relationships, self-worth, and life direction just comes back into focus, right? And honestly, I feel like this feels less like a random week and more like a soul-level crossroad. Your first card, interesting enough, is the Lovers, the week as a whole. This is a powerful card to lead your week, all right? The Lovers is not just about a romance. It's about alignment, choices, values, relationships, soul connections, authenticity. Sorry, I had to pause. I had a sneeze. But Virgo, Libra, Cuspers, you may maybe find yourself asking, what does this still align with who you're becoming? For some of you, this is going to involve love. For others, it might involve friendship, career paths, or important life decisions. Like what Spirit is saying this week, it's about choosing from the heart rather than the fear. A decision that may arise that will help you move closer to your true path. Something unexpected that will arise. We have this beautiful 10 of Cups here. And it's like unexpected joy that is showing up. Wow, right? So this could arrive through family healing, emotional fulfillment, relationship improvements, community support. It could be celebrations. It could be good news. It could even be feeling emotionally at peace. For some of you, this is going to be a moment where you realize what you've been searching for may have been already closer than you actually think. Others may just realize a surprise, a conversation, a reunion, emotional breakthrough that restores hope. But what I'm hearing also, what Spirit's saying is, don't block blessings because you're expecting disappointments, all right? So don't expect the disappointments. How to stay grounded. Interesting that we do have death, which I feel like this is actually beautiful advice. It's like saying basically, stop resisting change. Some of you are trying to hold on to something that's naturally ending. It could be a mindset, it could be a fear, a pattern, a relationship dynamic, or even an old identity. But what Spirit is also showing me is transformation that's happening. The more you allow yourself to release what no longer is aligned, the lighter you will feel, right? Grounding this week doesn't going to come through any sort of control. It's just going to come through the energy of surrender. And thank you for hitting that like button, beautiful souls. I really, truly appreciate it, and leaving comments. The important emotions you're going to feel is beautiful here. Heart awakening, Ace of Cups, emotional healing. It could be compassion, self-love. It could be new emotional beginnings, spiritual renewal, or maybe you might just meet someone new. Hey, many of you may feel more sensitive than usual, I'm hearing. That there is a bit of a sensitivity, but it isn't weakness. I feel like this is more that your heart is expanding. Some of you may reconnect with joy, feel inspired creatively, receive emotional support, experience a new connection, like meet someone new maybe. like a fresh love meeting kind of energy. Or maybe if you are in a connection, maybe this is a deepening of an existing relationship with someone. But I'm hearing allow yourself to receive this week emotionally. And also I'm hearing you don't always have to be the one that's giving, all right? Something that will inspire you. Interesting, we have the Page of Wands, which is excitement. Something exciting is going to inspire you. So it could be a new idea, it could be a creative project, travel opportunities, spiritual discoveries, unexpected messages, learning something new. There is this youthful energy here. Maybe you'll be meeting a young fire sign. It doesn't have to be. But this is also just a reminder that life is still full of possibilities. Like curiosity is your superpower this week. Maybe a younger fire sign could be significant, even not meeting it. Maybe it's a child or someone just younger than you. Something about following something what excites you. But I'm hearing also pay attention to where your energy naturally wants to go. How your guides are going to speak to you this week. Interesting, King of Pentacles. But they will be speaking to you through stability. So finances, career, long-term plans, security, abundance, practical opportunities. But the King of Pentacles also is the energy there where Spirit is coming through saying it isn't that reminds you that Spirit isn't only found in the mystical experiences, right? Sometimes the guidance comes through that practical action, right? Maybe it's a wise mentor, like a earth sign. Maybe it's a business opportunity. It could be a financial lesson. It could be a grounded decision. I'm hearing also build with loss, focus on the foundations rather than the quick fixes. Right, how to best support yourself this week. Interesting cards that we've got here. And we've got a combination of three. We have the Devil, the Queen of Wands, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we've got the King and the Queen of Pentacles in the spread. Anyway, so this combination, the Devil talks about fear, temptation, self-doubt, or unhealthy attachments that might try to pull your energy this week. But the Queen completely changes the story, right? Two queens. So the Queen of Wands is like own your power, don't shrink yourself, trust in your confidence. And the Queen of Pentacles is like nurture yourself, prioritize your stability, remember your worth. So what Spirit is saying is don't let fear make your decisions this week. The Devil may show you what still needs healing, like some things may just come up to trigger you. But the queens are here just to show you who you are becoming. You are becoming a queen, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. And we do have that fire and earth energy here, all right? So perhaps some of you maybe have the strong placements of that in your chart. It doesn't have to be, but you are a powerful, confident, grounded version of yourself now. And I'm hearing someone who knows their value. You're somebody that knows your value. You're stepping into this energy that no longer settles for less. Wow, beautiful energy for the week ahead, my beautiful Virgo Libra Cuspers. This week feels like a beautiful turning point. The Lovers, the Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, it tells me that the heart is ready to expand. Death is just a reminder that new beginnings require something old to end. Some of you are leaving behind fear. Some of you are leaving behind old relationship patterns. Some of you are finally choosing yourself. But what Spirit's also saying is what is meant for you will not require you to abandon yourself to receive. I feel like this week is about alignment, not perfection. It's just alignment. Choosing things that nourish your soul, choosing what honors your growth, and choosing what feels true. Perhaps if you feel called below to comment, what are you ready to release so something better can enter in your life? If you feel called to share with your brothers and sisters at the Wolf Soul Tribe, thank you for being here, liking the video, being subscribers, leaving comments, especially when you just put maybe, if you don't know what to say, just a blue heart emoji or the wolf emoji. I'm sending you so much love for the week ahead, and I'll check you around in the next one. Libra, Scorpios, Cuspers. What if the thing you've been trying to force is the very thing Spirit is asking you to release? This week, first week of June, feels like a powerful emotional reset. with Mercury moving into Cancer and the Sun sextile Saturn, and Mercury trine the Northern Node. It's like a spirit is asking you to get honest about where your energy is going and whether it is truly being a return. So let's start in. As a week as a whole, we have this Queen of Roses reversed. All right. Whether you're male or female, this is just energy. So it feels like you are reclaiming your energy. Many of you have been pouring love, support, advice, or emotional labor into people and situations that have become draining. Now, the Queen of Roses reversed is basically asking, where have you been overgiving? Or where have you been neglecting your own needs while caring for everyone else? And no, it's not selfish. This is necessary energy. This is the first week of June that will maybe perhaps bring awareness around your emotional boundaries, your self-worth, and where your heart deserves to be invested. Something unexpected that will happen this week. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. Unexpected emotional news or behavior may arise. Someone could pull back unexpectedly, change their mind, send mixed signals, maybe make promises they could not keep, or maybe avoid a conversation you've been waiting for. For others, this is spirit revealing some sort of illusion. Something may not be exactly as it first appeared. Yeah, Mercury square Neptune is arriving later in the week, so this card feels connected. I'm hearing whatever this is, maybe it's a water sign, or maybe it's whatever, all right? Whatever this is, if it is a person, or I'm hearing, don't chase the clarity, just allow the clarity to reveal itself, all right? Next up, we have the Page of Swords. How to stay grounded this week. Stay curious, stay observant, stay informed, listen more than you speak, watch actions over words, gather information before making decisions. This is not a week of assumptions, I'm hearing, so this is a week definitely of paying attention. Some of you may receive a valuable information through conversations, maybe social media, emails, signs, or unexpected observations. What Spirit's saying is the truth is available if you're willing to see it. Important emotions for the week ahead. Now, we have the King of Wands, which is reversed, with this 10 of Cups. This is quite a fascinating energy that a part of you knows exactly what would make you happy. The other part fears taking necessary action to create it. The 10 of Cups is showing that emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy, family, alignment. But with the King of Wands reverse, there's some sort of hesitation, maybe self-doubt, procrastination, a fear of stepping fully into your power. I'm surprised I actually even got that prosecution across the roll. Now I don't want to say it. It doesn't want to come out. I said it more or less correct the first time. So you may find yourself asking yourself, like, are you ready? What if you fail? What if things change? But what Spirit is saying here is that the happiness that you are seeking isn't out of reach. It may just simply require some sort of courage from your side. Okay, what is going to inspire you? Well, interesting, we do have the 8 of Swords here. Ironically, your inspiration will come from recognizing where you have been limiting yourself. So this week may bring in some sort of realization. I'm hearing the cage door has been open, all right? And that your story you've been telling yourself may no longer be true. The obstacle you may not just be as powerful as you once believed. So that obstacle that you believed was there is not as powerful as you once believed. So I'm feeling like many of my Libra, Scorpio, Cusp souls are breaking some sort of mental patterns this week. And I'm hearing that once this happens, everything is going to begin moving differently. How will your spirit team speak to you, King of Pentacles? I'm hearing it's going to be through stability, through long-term thinking. Watch out for signs involving something to do with finances, career opportunities, business matters, investments, practical advice, wise mentors. Perhaps it could be an earth sign. like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth energy. Not every message from Spirit arrives as a synchronicity, right? Sometimes it arrives as a practical solution. Here we have Taurus energy as well coming out. How best to support yourself, the Hierophant. Here it's talking about creating structure, creating a routine, creating discipline, because the Hierophant reminds you that growth isn't only about the intuition, right? Sometimes it's also about the commitment. This week, the support is about the spiritual practice, the journaling, the meditating, learning, studying, a mentorship, or the consistent habits. Like, the more grounded your foundation becomes, the easier it is for your blessings to find you. Wow. My beautiful souls, this week isn't asking you to chase, it's asking you to observe. So with the Queen of Roses reversed and then the Knight of Cups reversed, it suggests that something may just reveal where maybe your energy has been misplaced. And with the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant, it's talking about showing us something about a beautiful merging of energy, stability, wisdom, and emotional maturity. Not everyone is meant to come with you into your next chapter. Not every opportunity deserves your energy, and not every delay is a denial. Sometimes Spirit slows things down. Spirit slows things down, or the universe slows things down. It's so that you can clearly see what is truly aligned, right? So beautiful souls, if this message found you in the right time for the week ahead, let us know. Like, what are you finally ready to stop chasing and start trusting? And always, my beautiful Libra, Scorpio Cuspers, trust your intuition, trust divine timing, and remember, whatever is meant for you will never require you to abandon yourself to receive it. I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you for liking the video, being subscribers, and leaving comments, and I'll check you around in the next one. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusp, Spirit is showing me that something small this week has the potential to become something much bigger than you realize. I'm hearing, don't overlook the seed because you're so focused on the harvest. And with Mercury entering Cancer, Mercury sextile Chiron, and the Sun sextile Saturn is influencing the first week of June. This feels like emotional wisdom, new opportunities, and learning when to stop fighting battles that just no longer need your energy. The week as a whole, we have the Page of Pentacles. This week feels like a new beginning. Like, the Page of Pentacles often appears when Spirit is planting seeds for future growth. Something about a new job opportunity, possibility, or a course or a skill that you're learning, or maybe it's a financial opportunity, a new spiritual path, maybe it could be a new relationship connection, or it could even be a fresh mindset around abundance. The energy feels young, hopeful, and full of potential. What Spirit's saying here, don't judge this week by immediate results. Judge it by the opportunity that's being placed in front of you. Something that might unexpected happen this week, something unexpected that will happen this week. Unexpected support may arrive this week with the Queen of Roses. So this feels like someone with nurturing, a loving, compassionate energy that will be entering your week. It could be a romantic interest. Some of you, maybe a supportive friend, a family member, a mentor, or maybe a healer or a guide. For others, this is going to be your own heart that is reopening after a difficult period. The surprise isn't necessarily a person, all right? It could be. The surprise is more about realizing how supported you actually are. Many of the Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusp souls have been carrying more than people actually realize. So I'm feeling like this week reminds you that you don't have to carry it all alone. How can you stay grounded this week? Now, interesting that we have the Nine of Wands reversed here. I'm hearing, stop fighting every battle. This card feels very important because the Nine of Reverse suggests exhaustion from constantly being on guard. Some of you have been expecting problems before they happen. Maybe expecting conflict before anyone speaks. But what Spirit is saying, maybe it's time to lower those defenses where they no longer need it. Now, this will be obviously different for each and every one of you, but the main thing here is let yourself receive support. And not everyone is against you, and not every situation requires a fight. Now, next up, we have the Four of Cups as important emotions. Maybe some of you are going to feel detached this week, reflective or uncertain about something. I'm not hearing sadness. Maybe it could be for some, but I'm hearing for most of you it's not. This feels more like the emotional reevaluation, right? That you may find yourself asking, is this really what I want? Am I settling? Is there something better available? Why doesn't this excite me anymore kind of energy? So that's the kind of energy that's coming through. And the Four of Cups often appears when Spirit is preparing us to recognize a new opportunity. So perhaps the challenge is not becoming so focused on what is missing that you maybe overlooked what is being offered to you. Now, what is going to inspire you this week is we have Temperance reverse, which is very interesting that your inspiration is going to come from seeing where your life has become out of balance. Some of you may suddenly realize where maybe you've been giving too much, where maybe you've been neglecting yourself, or where you've been rushing, where you're delaying action, where maybe you're living in extremes. The discomfort becomes the teacher, right? The imbalance becomes the lesson. And once you see it, you begin correcting it. Sometimes clarity arrives through some sort of contrast, all right? Looking here at your next card, how's your Spirit team going to speak to your guides? We got the Page of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Now, Spirit is actually saying, turn around, turn the Page of Cups around. Okay. So your Spirit team is going to be speaking through unexpected emotional messages. Dreams, synchronicities, creative ideas, childhood memories, emotional nudges, conversations that touch your heart, I'm hearing. The Four of Pentacles just adds another layer where Spirit is repeatedly showing you where fear may have been causing you to hold on too tightly. This could be money, it could be relationships, it could be old wounds, it could be old beliefs. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. But the message is simple. What are you afraid to release? Because the moment that you loosen your grip on something, whatever this thing is that you're gripping on, new energy can enter. All right. How best to support yourself this week? We have the Three of Wands and the Five of Wands. The combination actually feels quite powerful. Three of Wands is like looking ahead to the future, thinking long-term, expansion in your vision, right? But Five of Swords is talking about the stop wasting your energy on battles that lead nowhere. Some of you maybe need to stop revisiting old arguments, stop proving yourself to people who already decided not to understand you. Maybe to even stop giving energy to situations that drain your spirit. It's like your future's calling, and I'm hearing don't stay stuck arguing with your past anymore. It's not worth it, right? So my Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusp, I feel like this week is like a turning point between the survival mode and the expansion mode. The Page of Pentacles is the energy that's opening up a new door for you. And the Queen of Roses there is like reminding you that support does exist. The Nine of Wands is just asking you don't carry everything alone. And the Three of Wands here is showing that your future is stretching far beyond your current circumstances. So I'm hearing maybe perhaps for most of you that your biggest lesson this week may be just realizing that growth doesn't always require effort, all right? More effort. It requires effort, but not more effort, overextending, all right? Sometimes growth requires more trust. Sometimes the next breakthrough arrives when you finally stop fighting what is already trying to leave. So beautiful souls, thank you for being here. Let us know in the comments, perhaps, what are you finally ready to stop fighting for so that you can make room for what truly belongs in your life. As always, my beautiful Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cups, trust your intuition, trust the process, trust the timing. And thank you for liking the video, leaving comments, being subscribers. And just know that the seed that you plant this week may just become this blessing, maybe just become the blessing that you're celebrating months from now. I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cuspers, beautiful soul, Spirit is showing me a week where you realize just how powerful you truly are. But before you step into the next chapter, something old may just need to be released once and for all. With Mercury entering Cancer this week, we also do have the Mercury sextile Chiron, the Sun sextile Saturn is all influencing this week. Its energy feels like leadership, momentum, emotional maturity, and a deep transformative energy that is happening behind the scenes, transformation that's happening behind the scenes. So beautiful souls, let's dive in. Thank you for hitting the like button and leaving comments. I truly appreciate it. The week as a whole, we do have the King of Wands, a powerful card to lead the week. The King of Wands is that a visionary energy. This is confidence, leadership, bold action, knowing where you're going and refusing to settle for less. I feel like many of you Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp souls are stepping into some sort of position of authority this week. This could be career leadership, business decisions, family responsibilities, spiritual leadership, or maybe it just can be something about taking charge of your own future. What Spirit is saying, stop waiting for permission because you already know what needs to happen next. Something unexpected, we do have the Chariot. There's movement happening, fast movement. Unexpected opportunities that may arrive that pushes things forward quickly. Maybe it could be something to do with travel plans, a vehicle situation, maybe moving house, career advancements for some, maybe a sudden decision that changes direction. Maybe it's going to be news that accelerates a timeline. Like the Chariot often appears when the universe removes delays, right? Something that may have felt stuck may suddenly gain momentum. But Spirit's saying, be ready to move when the door opens. How to stay grounded this week? We have the Page of Cups. Stay connected to your heart. While the King of Wands and the Chariot, right, bring that powerful action energy, the Page of Cups is coming through to remind you not to become so focused on the achievement that you maybe ignore your emotional needs this week, like listening to your intuition, paying attention to dreams, staying creative, staying open-minded, allowing yourself moments of wonder, right? And also remembering that not every answer comes through logic. Some just arrive through the feelings. Important emotions here, we have the King of Pentacles. Emotionally, many of you are seeking some sort of stability, security, long-term success. It's going to mean different for each and every one of you, right? Different situations. The King of Pentacles is the energy that knows what it wants. The King of Pentacles wants to know the energy of is what I'm building sustainable kind of thing, right? So the card often appears when you becoming more selective about your energy, where your energy goes. Like maybe you feel drawn towards financial security, maybe it's career growth. It could be investments. It could be something to do with home and family stability. It's something about building something that's lasting. And this feels like very mature energy that you're thinking about the future, not just the moment. What is going to inspire you this week? Interesting, we have the Magician here. All right, this is one of the strongest manifestation tarot cards. The manifestation, Magician manifestation. What I meant to say is that Magician, it reminds you that you already possess the tools that you need to create the change that you want. Whether this is new ideas, synchronicities, opportunities, conversations, it could be creative breakthroughs. What Spirit is saying, stop focusing on what you don't have and start using what you do have. You are actually more prepared than you actually think you are. How will your spirit team speak to you? Interesting, we have the Five of Wands, and it did also land on the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So perhaps this is something to also do with a earth placement. All right. So Spirit does want you to communicate through the removal of conflict. Watch situations where drama suddenly ends, disagreement resolves, tension decreases, someone backs down, or maybe it's a complicated situation that just becomes easier. So this could be also with an earth sign. It doesn't have to be. Maybe it's with yourself. But the message is just basically saying here that this week is that not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes winning means also choosing peace, all right? So Spirit may repeatedly be showing you where you're being called to disengage rather than fight. How to best support yourself? Well, we do have the 10 of Wands, we do have death, and we have the moon. And we just had that Sagittarius full moon recently by the time you got this, all right? Let me know in the comments, did you watch the Sagittarius full moon video that I posted? This combination actually does feel very incredibly powerful for the week ahead. The 10 of Wands is showing burdens, death is showing release, the moon might just be showing some sort of uncertainty, all right? So we do have fire, Sagittarius energy, Scorpio energy, and we have the Pisces, Cancer energy. What Spirit is saying here is not to carry things that no longer is yours. Like some of you have been holding on to old fears, guilt, old expectations, outdated responsibilities, relationships that have already changed. So death is talking about the transformation that has been happening, all right? Where the moon is saying maybe you don't see the full picture yet, and that's okay. That you don't need all the answers to begin letting something go, all right? Trusting the process, trusting that something, whatever is ending, and trusting what is being cleared away. So I feel my beautiful Sagittarius, Capricorn Cuspers here is that the week feels like the beginning of a powerful new chapter. The King of Wands and the Magician, all right? It's like showing the your incredible personal power. The Chariot is the movement that's happening. It shows movement is happening. The King of Pentacles is showing us the long-term success. But the deeper lesson is coming from the 10 of Wands and death and the moon. Before Spirit can place, or your Spirit team can place something new in your hands, something old may need to be released. Not because you failed, but because you've outgrown it. So I'm hearing that the first week of June, it may be showing many of you that your next level is just going to require a lighter load, right? Just dropping some of these wands. Is this 2 of Wands? Why did I think it was 10 of Wands? So it's a choice, taking action. So the 10 of Wands could be very significant, right? Dropping some of the wands into taking action, making that decision on ending something that you don't fully see. It's that crossroad energy, right? The two of Wands is that crossroad energy. Yeah, death is that a rebirth, the old chapter that's ending. And then again, the moon still is the energy of showing the uncertainty about what is coming next. I think many of you actually know deep down something is changing, that those ones have been dropped, a mindset, a relationship, a career path, a dream, a version of yourself. I feel like that the challenge is the moon that can make the future feel a little bit unclear about the direction of where you're going after this ending. But also what Spirit is saying, that you don't fully need to know or need to see the entire path ahead, right? You only need to take the next step, whatever that is for you. Allowing the ending to happen naturally. Trusting what is unfolding behind the scenes. Perhaps with the 10 of Wands that was coming through, it was slightly bit of a burden taking action on a decision for something to come to an end, because you don't fully see the whole path ahead. I'm hearing also with the King of Wands and the Magician that are reminders that your future is not being decided for you. You are actively creating your future. the moon, like, reminds you that uncertainty doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. It just means maybe you're just entering some sort of new territory. And, that is where the growth happens. So, wow, beautiful souls, that took a twist. I really thought this was a 10 of wands. I don't know why. I thought there was a 10, but it's a 2 of wands. Beautiful souls, let me know what area of your life you feel is ready for a fresh start or a major life direction. And remember, whatever this is to you, trust your intuition, trust your strength, trust your transformation, the version of you that has been waiting to emerge, which is actually closer than you think. Yeah, Spirit is just emphasizing here that definitely with the 5 of wands reversed, some sort of tension or competition or drama, it is decreasing, it's fading, it reveals itself that it was unnecessary. Some sort of arguments just suddenly end. Yeah, you definitely, whatever this decision or choice or direction that you're moving towards, you are more capable of creating meaningful change. You have more real resources than you actually realize, and you actually are more prepared than you think. Also, again, to do that vehicle, there could be something about a vehicle purchase, a repair or an upgrade, or maybe someone taking action after a period of silence. There may be some sort of communication arriving after a delay. Maybe there's some sort of travel plans that you've been planning for, and that's just going to start moving forward. There's something about a decision that will be finally made. But whatever this is, I'm hearing, stop doubting your capabilities. So beautiful souls, thank you for liking the video. Thank you for leaving comments, being subscribers here and sharing the videos. And those of you that do book the personal readings and donate to the channel, I'm sending you all so much love and light, and I'll definitely check you around in the next one. Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusps. Spirit is showing here that this week is not about doing more. It's about carrying less. Something that you've been holding on to may finally reveal itself as a burden, not a responsibility. And with Mercury that's just entering a Cancer this week, from the 1st of June, is bringing some sort of emotional awareness. Mercury is sextile Chiron, helping you heal conversations. The Sun will be sextiling Saturn and supporting maturity and long-term planning. So I feel like this week, it feels like a powerful reality check mixed with the opportunity to reclaim your energy. As a week as a whole, we do have the Queen of Pentacles here. Thank you for liking the video, beautiful souls, and hitting the like button and leaving comments. I really, truly appreciate it. This week is a week of grounding for you this week. The Queen of Pentacles, she's practical, she's nurturing, she's wise, she's focused on stability, whether you're male or female. And I feel like many of you might just find yourself focusing on maybe on finances, home matters. It could be family responsibilities. It could be something to do with your health and wellness, long-term security, and something about business or career planning for some of you. Each of your situations will be different how this is going to be showing up for you this week as a whole. But either way, Spirit is encouraging you to focus on what is sustainable rather than what is exciting. I feel like this week isn't about chasing, it's more about building. Here, something that's unexpected is the 10 of Wands. An unexpected responsibility may appear, or perhaps more accurately, an existing burden becomes impossible to ignore, and you may just realize maybe you've been doing too much, or you've been carrying someone else's weight, or maybe you've been saying yes when you needed to say no to something. For some of you, this could be extra work, family obligations, emotional labor. Perhaps this is something about you dropping these burdens, all right, that is coming through unexpectedly, where this was the energy and now you're dropping these burdens, you're giving away some of these responsibilities. For others, maybe this is just a realization that you've outgrown commitment, or the surprise isn't a burden itself, or a surprise is finally recognizing how heavy it had become. How to stay grounded is the Five of Pentacles here. The card is carrying an important message, that the Five of Pentacles is reminding you that the support does exist. I feel like some of you Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusp souls have a tendency to handle everything alone. And Spirit is saying, ask for help if needed, accept support when it's offered. Don't isolate yourself because you're struggling, all right? Give some of the responsibilities away. But this card is also not just about lack, right? It doesn't have to be. It's just about reminding you or remembering that help is closer than you think, and grounding yourself by connecting rather than withdrawing. Important emotions this week. Interesting, we do have the Emperor. So emotionally, you may feel you'll likely feel a strong desire for control, structure, and stability. The Emperor is somebody that wants to plan, all right, strategy, clear direction. Perhaps many of you maybe feel called to set some sort of boundaries, maybe take leadership, organize finances, create routine, make firm decisions. And this energy can be very empowering, right? But also to be mindful not to become overly rigid. Not everything this week can be controlled, right? Not everything needs to be controlled. Some things just need to unfold. What is going to inspire you? Page of Swords. Maybe a younger person that has strong air placements could inspire you, someone younger. Or maybe it's just going to be information that's going to inspire you. Maybe it's a conversation. It could be a message. Maybe it's something to do with a piece of research. Or maybe it's a truth that you've been avoiding. And oftenly, this card can appear when new perspectives also arrive. So this could be maybe discovering information that changes your plans, learning a new skill, receiving unexpected news, or having a realization that actually shifts your mindset. And maybe this could be from a younger person, but either way, this is just the energy saying, stay curious, stay observant. The answers that maybe you're seeking may arrive through something that seemingly is actually small, all right? How will your spirit team speak to you? Knight of Cups reversed. Spirit may communicate through some sort of disappointment or emotional confusion. And that sounds strange, but hear me out here, right? Because sometimes when something doesn't work out, it's actually protection. Sometimes when someone doesn't show up, it's redirection. And sometimes when plans change, it's actually guidance. So what I feel like is, what if this delay is actually serving you? Okay, what if some sort of no is actually protecting you from the wrong path? So whatever this is, I'm hearing, just pay attention to the emotional situations that don't unfold as expected. There may be some sort of hidden wisdom there. How to best to support yourself. Queen of Wands reversed and the Four of Pentacles reversed. This combination actually feels very Pacific. To stop trying to prove yourself. Maybe the Queen of Wands reversed can indicate something about self-doubt or comparison or seeking validation from external sources. But the Four of Pentacles also, it talks about holding on too tightly. Maybe you're releasing some sort of something, all right? Yeah, I'm hearing something about that, maybe something that you were holding on too tightly, like old fears, old expectations, old disappointments, old versions of yourself. Even with the Queen of Wands reversed, like self-doubt, comparing yourself to others, feeling drained, questioning yourself or your confidence. I'm hearing letting go, release, and trusting, all right, those old things. What Spirit could is also coming through with, stop trying to control every outcome. Stop measuring your worth through productivity, and then also to stop carrying yesterday's fears in tomorrow's opportunities. I'm hearing your energy needs room to breathe again. Wow. Capricorn, Aquarius, Cuspers, this week feels like a lesson in some sort of strength, through maybe surrendering, not giving up, not quitting, simply recognizing what no longer is yours to carry. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles has that stability energy. The Emperor is that leadership. The Page of Swords is the awareness. But perhaps the deeper lesson is coming through the reversals. Where Spirit is actually helping you release emotional baggage, outdated expectation, unnecessary pressure. You actually are building something very important, but you don't have to exhaust yourself proving your worth along the way. Like, the strongest thing that you can do this week is maybe by choosing peace over pressure. Perhaps you can share with us what burden or fear or responsibility are you finally ready to put down and release. And as always, beautifuls, my Capricorn, Aquarius, Cuspers, trust your intuition, trust your divine timing, and trust yourself. Sometimes, the breakthrough arrives the moment you actually stop carrying what was actually never yours to hold. So beautiful souls, thank you for liking the video. Thank you for leaving comments, being subscribers here. I'm sending you all so much love and light. And again, the personal readings are still open for the month of June at $8, the special price. So do go ahead and book if you feel called for some sort of clarity in this month. Otherwise, I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. Love and light. Aquarius, Pisces, Cuspers. This week, Spirit keeps showing one message over and over for you. A truth is arriving that changes the way you move forward. Whatever felt confusing is really going to become much clearer this week. With Mercury entering Cancer, Mercury sextile Chiron, the Sun sextile Saturn is supporting emotional healing and practical decisions. I think this week is going to feel like a powerful blend of intuition and logic. Like you're being asked to trust both your heart and your wisdom this week. So let's dive in. The week as a whole, we do have the Emperor. This week is about stepping into your power. The Emperor is the theme, it's bringing the themes of structure, leadership, boundaries, stability, taking responsibility. And I feel like many of you souls are being called maybe to take control of a certain area of your life that maybe has felt certain, uncertain, or chaotic. This could be a career decision. It could be financial planning, family matters, personal goals, creating healthier routines. So what Spirit is saying, stop waiting for someone else to create the life that you're meant to build. The authority that you've been seeking may already actually exist within you. Something unexpected that will happen this week. Page of Swords. Information. This card shows up normally when a message will come in, someone reveals something, or you discover information you maybe didn't previously have. A conversation that shifts your perspective. This could be social media, an email, a document that reveals some sort of important details. This could even be a younger air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that might be playing some sort of role. I'm hearing, though, do stay observant. And what Spirit is showing me here is that maybe you might just learn, what you learn could actually become very important later. Here we have the Ace of Swords as how to stay grounded this week. I'm hearing that truth is your grounding point, not assumptions, not fears, not the worst case scenarios, just the truth. Communication clearly, right? Communicate clearly. Cutting through the confusion, ask direct questions, get to the point kind of energy. Trust facts over the speculation. Honoring your inner knowing. Like if something feels uncertain this week, seek clarity rather than creating the stories around it, right? The truth is going to be setting you free. Important emotions for the week is Four of Pentacles. So emotionally, maybe there's going to be a desire to hold on to something tightly. Well, this could be money, it could be a relationship, it could be security, it could be control, or maybe it's familiar situations. Like the Four of Pentacles often appears when you're protecting yourself from some sort of loss. So like Spirit is coming through saying, are you protecting your peace or are you protecting your fears? Because there's a difference, right? Some of you may realize maybe you've been holding too tightly onto something long after it's purpose actually has been served. What is going to inspire you this week? Well, we do have the High Priestess here. I'm hearing maybe it's your intuition that becomes one of your greatest strengths this week, or maybe it's somebody else that you see as a High Priestess. If it's you, pay attention to your dreams. They might just be talking to you, or synchronicities. It could be something to do with moon cycles. It could be something to do about spiritual messages. Maybe it's your inner knowing, or maybe it's quiet moments of reflection. Like the High Priestess reminds you that not every answer, right, it arrives through logic. Not always. Some answers are felt long before they even understood, all right? Sometimes your brain still needs to catch up on what you're feeling and knowing and trusting, all right? So trust the things that are repeating. Trust what your soul already knows. How will your spirit team speak to you this week? Well, Two of Pentacles. I feel like spirit may speak to you through choices, decisions, balancing priorities, paying attention to repeated decisions, scheduling changes, financial choices, work-life balance, situations that maybe just require a little bit of more flexibility, all right? The affinity symbol could be significant to someone out there. It may even come through a decision. You know, sometimes your spirit guides you by showing you where your energy naturally wants to flow. So watch out what feels effortless versus what feels actually forced. Trust your inner knowing. How to best support yourself this week. We have the Six of Swords and we have the King of Pentacles. This combination actually is quite powerful. The reason why I'm saying is Six of Swords is talking about the leaving behind what no longer serves you and moving towards calmer waters, to where the sun is shining. Here it's all snow and cold and it's like the North Pole, right? Or that Games of Thrones. The winter. Moving into peace, choosing peace, to sunshine, to summer, to warmth. Building stability with the King of Pentacles. Focusing on things that do last. Investing in your future. Maybe many of you are in that transition from one chapter to the next, right? Like you have already moved through. Some of you, depending on where you are in the world, moving from winter, you've gone into spring, which will be going into summer, all right? And some of us are now moving we went from summer to spring, going into, from summer into autumn, into winter. All right, it's like that transition energy, right? What Spirit is saying here to focus on is the long-term goals, all right? The financial security, the personal growth, the healthy relationships, the sustainable success, not the temporary distractions, not the emotional chaos, just like the future that you are creating that is going to require a stronger foundation. My Aquarius Pisces cusp is like this week feels like that bridge of that intuition and the action. The High Priestess is talking about your inner wisdom that is awakening. The Ace of Swords, which is bringing that clarity. The Page of Swords, which is delivering the information. And the Emperor is like asking you to take ownership of where you're heading next. So the message I'm hearing is trust what is being revealed. Not everything needs to be figured out immediately. Not every answer needs to arrive in the minute, that day. All right? So Spirit is showing you enough pieces of the puzzle just so you can take the next step forward with confidence. And that's all you need right now. Perhaps if you feel called to share with us, like what truth or realization or intuitive message keeps showing up for you lately, you know? And then, as always, my beautiful Aquarius Pisces Cusp souls, trust your intuition, trust your wisdom, trust your next step. That clarity that you have been asking for is already finding its way to you. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for liking the video, leaving comments, being subscribers here. And if you would like to book a personal reading, that mini one question clarity reading is available at an affordable price of $8. It's limited for the month of June, the last month we're having it up and going. So do go ahead and book. Limited space. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for supporting this channel in whichever way you can. And I'm sending you all love and light, and I'll check you around.